Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this Azure DevOps tutorial series, today let's discuss about continuous deployment trigger in release pipeline. So in one of our previous videos, we discussed about scheduled trigger in release pipeline. Continuing with that, we will discuss about another trigger type, which is continuous deployment trigger. So what is the continuous deployment trigger? So this is another type of trigger. It is kind of a setting in a release pipeline that automatically creates a new release whenever a selected build artifact becomes available from a build pipeline. Okay, in other words, in simple words, what I can say is when a build produces a new version of that artifact from one of the filtered branches, the release pipeline kicks off without any manual intervention. Assume you make a change to the build pipeline, and obviously that build will be triggered and a new artifact will be produced, isn't it? So whenever a new artifact version is detected, a new release will be triggered if you set up a continuous deployment trigger. Okay, so why does it actually matters? Okay, so why do you actually need a continuous deployment trigger, right? One of the key reasons is it automates the release phase. You don't have to manually create a release every time a build succeeds, right? The trigger itself will handle it. And the second main thing is it reduces the latency from code changes to build to deployment by removing the human intervention in the middle step, right? So everything is taken care in an automated fashion. So it reduces the latency. And next key thing is it enforces consistent behavior only builds from defined branch triggers trigger releases. Okay, so and I will show you a demo so that you will understand this point clearly, because you can point it from a specific builds or a specific defined branches. Okay, so that it will always enforce a consistent behavior throughout your release pipeline. Okay, and obviously since everything is automated end to end, right? So it supports faster feedback loops. It changes reach target environment sooner, which will enable quicker validation, right? So let's see how do we actually set up a continuous deployment trigger in release pipeline and how do we actually work with it. All right, so in order to demonstrate this, let me go to pipelines releases. So here I am. If I try to edit this release pipeline, the first section in the artifact section, if you look at this artifact box on the right hand side, you have something called a continuous deployment trigger. Okay, so I am just selecting that. You can see that the continuous deployment trigger is currently disabled. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to enable it. So as soon as you enable it, you can see different one of the option popped up, right? Build branch filters. So what you can do is you can actually add a branch filters. Okay, so you can either add a branch filter which will include or exclude particular build branch, or you can actually select the build pipeline's default branch. Okay, so for now I'm just selecting a build branch. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is I want to include my main branch. So whenever there's a new change detected in main branch, I want a new trigger to be a continuous deployment trigger to be activated. So I have selected a main branch here, right? So similarly you can also select whatever other branches you need. Okay, so it might change according to your requirement, but as a generic practice or as a usual practice, you will select main branch or a pre main branch kind of thing, right? You might have a UAT branch, or you might have a QA branch, or something which is closest to prod, right? So you will something which is closest to main branch, so you will select that. Okay, so as of now, for better understanding, I'm just leaving it in a main branch and I'm just saving it. Okay, so now I have enabled a continuous deployment trigger, but when will this actually trigger a release? That is something we need to understand, right? So in order to understand that, let me go to the pipeline. So if you look at this artifact, this is project online DevOps demo 1, right? So let me go to this actual build pipeline. So if I go here, I will just try to select this one, project online DevOps demo 1. So I will try to edit this YAML. So I already have this YAML file for this build pipeline. Okay, so now I am gonna what can I do? I will try to add a new simple task. Okay, so what I am planning to do is I will add a new task which will actually understand there is a change to the artifact that this particular pipeline is gonna produce, isn't it? So I will write a very simple or a basic hello world task. Okay, so that will actually help you understand what change I have done, right? So the focus is not here on the change, but it's just to understand a change has been done to this particular build pipeline, so that continuous deployment trigger will activate. Okay, so let me try to write a very basic task. Okay, let me write a task. What can I write? Yeah, I will write a simple PowerShell task. What did I do? I will write a simple PowerShell 2, and then I will give a basic inputs. Under inputs, I will give a target type called it will be inline. Okay, so it will be inline. It will be an inline script, and the syntax follows with the actual script keyword. Here I'm just gonna give a pipe delimiter symbol, and finally I'm gonna write it to host. So this is the actual script. Okay, so write host. Let me write a very basic hello world problem. Okay, as simple as that. So now I have done a basic change. Okay, so for some reason you had to make changes to your YAML or your build pipeline, or in real time you might need to add a new task. Okay, so just consider you made a small change. So I'm just validating and saving it. So I'm just committing it directly. Okay, what this means is once your build pipeline is completed successfully, you can see there will be a new release that will be triggered automatically. This build pipeline is running. Okay, meanwhile this is running, I will try to show you the current release pipeline. So if you go to releases, you can see we have release 4, right? So I am expecting a release 5 to be triggered once my build pipeline is completed successfully. Okay, so this is going to take a while, so I'm gonna pause for a few minutes. I will resume back once this is completed successfully. Yes, I have now resumed back my video. You can see now my build pipeline is completed successfully. Now I will navigate to my release pipeline to actually verify if the continuous deployment trigger has actually kickstarted or not. Let me go. Yeah, you can see earlier until now we had something up to release 4 only. Now a new release 5 got triggered. So if I open this, you can see in the artifact, you can see this is a continuous deployment trigger. At the top you can identify this difference. Now my dev succeeded and QA is running. Okay, so if you want to identify what trigger type this is, I did a release trigger earlier, right? Sorry, scheduled trigger earlier. You can see this is a scheduled trigger. Okay, so this release has run via a scheduled trigger. Now this release 5 is the one which is running right now, isn't it? So this is a continuous deployment trigger. So in simple words, what you did is you made a change to your build pipeline. Obviously there will be a new version of artifact that will be created, right? So we made a change to project online DevOps demo 1. A new artifact was produced because I made change to the YAML file, right? So I add a new hello world task. So obviously a change is done. So that build pipeline completed successfully. So as soon as a new artifact version is detected for a continuous deployment trigger, okay, a new release version will be created for this continuous deployment trigger and will be performing its usual activities like running the task, running the jobs, and deployment activities as well. Okay, so this way you can easily set up a continuous deployment trigger and try to achieve an end-to-end seamless non-manual intervention of your CI/CD activities very successfully. All right, so yeah, that's all what I want to cover as part of this video, guys. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you.